So my group did the project based off the standard SSKE1, which is describe the work that people do, such as police officer, firefighter, soldier, mail carrier, farmer, doctor, teacher, etc. Basically, in this project, the students are going to get the opportunity to meet an actual community worker. There's going to be 5 that come into the classroom, and just to talk to them about what they do, why it's important, what kind of stuff they need to do their job, how they get there, stuff like that. So how we did this was, as a class, we all came up with 4 questions the day prior to the community workers coming in that we thought were all important, but not asking the same exact question. Those questions are: what is your role responsibility? What kind of tools help you to do your job? How did you learn how to do your job? Why did you decide to do this job? So we thought all of these questions were important. They all show the student, why is this job important? Like, what kind of tools, do you need? Like, what is essential for you to have for you to do this job? How did you learn how to do it? Did you have to go to college? Could you do it right out of high school? You had to be a certain age. Why did you decide to do this job? Why is it important to you? Like, why should it be important in the community? Like, why should we learn about it? Stuff like that. So basically how this works is we broke the children up into groups of 3 to 4, and each group will be assigned 1 community worker. We will assign each student 1 of the 4 questions that I just listed, and they will have to ask that question. Every student in the group is going to have a different question, so they won't all be asking the same questions, but they'll be broken up into the groups, and they will have 10 minutes to spend with their community worker. During that 10 minutes, they should make sure that each student gets the chance to ask the community worker their question. They need to write down their answer. They need to have, a very good answer to the question, because it will be a part of their presentation. So after that 10 minutes is up, then they are all to go back to their desk and start drawing their picture of the community worker. They need to make sure that they have plenty of details in there. They do a good job, make it very nice, creative, take their time on it. Because this will also be a part of their presentation. So for their actual presentation, after all students are done, then each student is going to be called up to the front of the class. They're going to present their question that they were assigned, along with their picture that they drew. They're going to do a very good job explaining the answer to their question and the details that they put in their picture, why they did, stuff like that. For differentiation, we decided to do, for an extension for the higher level students, they're going to, in addition to having their question that they already were going to ask, they're going to have to come up with another question to ask the community worker and to present to the class. And for intervention, the lower level students, instead of having to present their answer to their question, they're just going to have to present their picture to the class. And then for materials for this, the teacher will need a smart board or a Promethean board to have the questions displayed. That was our technology that we used. The students will need a pencil, questions on the board, notebook paper, white printer paper, and crayons to write their answers to their questions in color, or draw their picture in color. For grouping, like I said, we group them in 3 to 4 per community worker. The groupings were done heterogeneously so that higher level students can give support to the lower level students. After all the presentations have been done, then they are going to have the opportunity to go around and talk to some of the other community workers if they're able to stay around, and ask them, questions that they're interested in. But for our rubric, we followed the 3 C's. We did collaboration, creativity, and completion. Basically, a student is going to need to have worked very well with their group. They're going to make sure that their drawing is creative and it's accurate. And they're going to make sure that they presented their question accurately and that they presented their picture and all the details. They put a lot of time in it. So that's our presentation, or that's our project.